do? What to do? Oh boy. Oh, you want for people? Let me ask you a few questions. Are you stressed for final this week? Are you worried when all this current stuff will be over? Or heck, are you even going crazy because of family members? Well, congratulations. Welcome to quarantine. Now let me ask you another bunch of questions. Have you been curious about the past? What will get on the finals next week? Or maybe, heck, when even this current stuff will go over? Or maybe, just maybe, she'll respond to your text. Welcome to Arcana Adventures, the one-off that will tell you fortune at a moment's notice. Always correct, at a moment's notice as well.
That's right, Arcana Adventure AR. The newest game by Arcana team will redefine how fortunes are told. It's just like normal fortune telling, but in a brand new experience. You want a game with breathtaking graphics, that's right, never before seen graphics that'll even make an Asian squint. Created by Tuan Pham and Abu Bangra, picking and shuffling cards has never been so easy to look at. Voice acting that will rock your world. Kayla and Andrew and her group provide voice acting that will revolutionize how fortunes are told.
Loon. As a child, you are bound by your parents' belief system. As an adult, free yourself from
The High Priestess! You seem like the quiet type. Is it because you're keeping
death. All good things must eventually come to an
Want to become a Tarot Master? Learn the meaning of all 22 tarots with our history scene, with original art by Rachel Yang, and information by Ariana Mills. Never before has been a Tarot Master been so satisfying. Never before seen that can have finally entered our world thanks to AR. Wield each Arcana's power and manifest their forms. The Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, and so much more. Will you be able to collect all the Arcana cards and unlock their true power?
Not only will you learn about the past, present, and even the future, you'll be in touch with the Tarot's fates. So remember to copy a copy of Arcana Adventures down today for 50,000 bells. And not only that, we'll throw in these nifty AR cards for about 80,000 bells. Copy a copy of Arcana Adventures down today.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Anton, and on behalf of my team members Abu Bangura, Ariana Mills, Tuan Pham, and Rachel Yang, I'm here to introduce our project, Arcana Adventures AR. The purpose of our application was to create a fortune-telling AR game. For centuries, many cultures have been interested in predicting the future. One of the most common forms of fortune-telling is the tarot deck. Each card contains a meaning that, when paired with other cards, can create a story that represents your future. For our program, we focused on just the major arcana, since those are the most famous cards of the tarot deck. Of course, our program doesn't actually predict the future, but we hope many people can enjoy the feeling of getting their fortune told. We also added a feature that allows for users to read the history and meaning of each card if they so happen to be curious. A big feature we wanted to add was AR. While this program doesn't do anything revolutionary with the concept, we hope you can enjoy seeing representations of the Arcana come alive. We thought this would be an interesting feature to add to the tarot deck experience. When designing this product, we created a list of 5 user stories to help guide us. The first one is, when I open the app, I need to see a clear menu with instructions so I know how the application works. From the user's perspective, this means that we need to design a menu when the game starts. This includes a start button, instruction button, and quit button. We also need to add functions to the buttons to move between scenes. And we also want a history of cards button and find royalty-free music and sound effects so it'll immerse the player more. Our second user story is, as a user, I want the start button to move me to the gameplay where I can shuffle the deck by pressing the shuffle button. The features associated with this user story is setting up the gameplay screen,
the moon.
the create a deck
As a
function,
child, you are bound
create
by your
shuffle
parents'
function,
belief
create a
system.
pick
As
function
an
that
adult,
does animation,
free yourself from
and to create
The
2D
High
art.
Priestess! You seem like
Third
the
user
quiet type.
story
Is it because you're
is,
keeping
as a user, I want to view the history and meaning of
all
individual
good
tarot
things
cards.
must eventually come to an
This associates with setting up the history screen, displaying 22 cards facing down on the table with the display function, creating a database to store historical content, that includes the card ID, histories, past, present, and future quotes.
The moon.
To create quotes for past, present,
I
and
see
future
something
for every
traumatic has
card,
happened in your past
and
that
when I
causes
click
you
on a
much.
specific card, it will
Tawa,
display the history
you
with a
feel the
reveal function,
foundation
which
start.
can get
The
info from
sun.
the database.
You accomplish your goals with great
Our fourth user story is, after shuffling the deck, I can pick
Temperance.
3 cards to display
As a
my
child,
past,
you
present,
love to
and
consume
future story.
large
This
The
includes creating a spread
hangman.
function,
There are many
designing a card class, where each
hangman.
card has 4 associated
Ignoring your
dialogues,
homework
history,
assignments now only
past,
serves to
present,
delay.
and future. When we click on a card, depending on if it's in the gameplay or history screen, it will display the corresponding story. We have to update the pick function to restrict only 3 cards at a time, and finally, creating a collect button, which is associated with the pick button that is associated with picking 3 cards. Our fifth and final user story is, as a user, I want to see my major arcana and AR along with the arcana's meanings. This includes 3D models used for the major arcana, real cards getting scanned from the camera, and displaying 3D models and the associated meaning on the camera. When the user first opens the program, they will see a menu which contains info on how to play the game, an options menu to modify resolution, volume, and to toggle full screen on and off, a button to take you to the history screen, a button to take you to the gameplay screen, and finally, the AR button to switch to AR mode. At the history screen, the meaning and history for all 22 major arcana cards will be shown. It's also important to note that we have custom art made by our artist Rachel for this game. When we enter the gameplay screen, we are faced with 22 arcana cards face down on a table. We may pick only 3 of these cards, and when pressing the collect button, we'll be taken to a screen where each card's associated fortune will be told to you. Depending on which cards were selected by the user in which order, we will get the past, present, and future quotes for each card. Now, I'm going to let Abu talk about the AR portion of the project and the selling points of our project.
Hi, I'm Ariana. I found the history for each of the cards, so past, present, and future, whether it was upright or reversed. I also created the dialog box that shows up in the show results screen. So once a card is selected, it will display the dialog, whether it was past, present, reversed, or upright.
Hey, my name is Abu Bengra, and I developed the AR functionality. The AR functionality works like this. You just put the card in front of the screen, original art by Rachel Yang, by the way, and then you just press a button to show its information and its model as well.
Some features that we've created to make the user experience better are making the start screen appealing to the eye. Having custom art and a set theme makes the game feel more unique and eye-catching. Having an appealing start screen draws people in naturally, and it sets it apart from other games that may use generalized assets as opposed to custom assets. In addition, we've created custom art for the cards. There's no other art like it, giving the game a unique feel, setting it apart from other Arcana reading games. Another feature is the transition sequence from the gameplay scene to the results scene. The transition ensures that the user isn't taken out of the immersion and that the experience is seamless. Transitions may seem like a minor thing, but it's important because it makes the game feel more cohesive and put together. Without having transitions, the game would feel less put together and less polished.
The unique selling points for our software was whether or not the user can use this as something for distraction or something for free time, or something that they were interested in, like the mystical history about the arcanas and tarots. So that's why we had to create like unique art to match the uniqueness and mysticalness of the arcanas themselves. Our influence from this project came from the fact from the tarots and how they were interpreted in media. Some media interpreted like arcanas as more actiony, while others interpreted them as more mystical and mysterious. Another challenge would be communication. During the coronavirus, we met strictly on Discord to discuss game progress. There were times that some members didn't completely understand exactly how to implement certain features into the program, unfortunately. Everyone in our team was busy adjusting to online classes. My challenge was trying to figure out a solution to the shuffle function.